Hello everybody, it's that college football guy here, another video. Yeah, another driving video because my best laid plans went up in smoke. Got a turn and burn today, and also, unfortunately, I couldn't find my paperwork like I did over the weekend for my review for what I did for my predictions, like I did last year. Called the wife and said, "Oh yeah, you left it right on the dining room table." So, yeah, I've got to redo them. So as soon as I get that done, I'll post that video. This one is going to be something that actually I had talked about in a previous video about how some ACC fans who have messaged me in comments and on instant messenger or in the DMs, whatever you want to say it, about how they think the ACC was going. They said they figured they were going to lose Clemson, Florida State, and North Carolina. They figure those three are gone. But they said that after that, and this is not just one, this is a lot, and it's fully come back in with more oomph. Now, I've got a lot more people who said the same thing, so I'm going to wonder, is somebody broadcasting this that I don't know about up on YouTube? Or saying a podcast? That they literally think that literally every university in the Big 12, except for BYU, would be a candidate to join the ACC. Now, they wouldn't go after the group of fives because they don't need to, and they honestly said that because of the wealth of the TV contract, how it's so grossly undervalued. I'm not kidding with this. Please don't drink anything. I'll do my next statement. This guy cuts me off. His game is, dude. There we go. Make me between two lanes for your heart's content. Basically said that because the ACC's deal, even with Clemson, Florida State, and South Carolina, Clemson, Florida State, North Carolina, without them is still so grossly undervalued. Once we hit fair market value, buckle up. Florida State, Florida, South Carolina, and Kentucky would leave the SEC to join the ACC. I've said that before in passing, but there's actually some. It's not like it was one or two. Now we're at the I'm up to 13 people who said the same thing. And it's getting verbatim. So I'm starting to wonder who is broadcasting this, because I have yet to see this anywhere. Could the ACC poach teams from the Big 12? Hey, anything's possible. They could possibly poach teams from the SEC and the Big 10. Anything is possible. Probability is the issue here. It's like, I don't know how many zeros you're going to have after the decimal point before you finally get a 1 to give you the odds for it, because I'm figuring somewhere between 3 and 4 million to 1, and that might be, you might have better luck of winning the lottery than having a school from the Big 10 and the SEC leave their conference and join the ACC. But as I've said it before, is that, do I think the ACC's current TV deal is undervalued? Yes, it is. They're worth more than that. But here's the one thing that they're not getting. This argument sounds eerily similar to the Pac-12. And they can bring anybody in. Like the arguments I had, I did a video on it, where there are people who honestly believe if you took the Mountain West and Oregon State and Washington State, add them together, you can get $30 million a year. I'm like, you could barely get $25 million a year at the Pac-12. That's when you had Oregon, Washington, Cal, Stanford, Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah, and you couldn't get 25. You're going to add the other to the Mountain West. I mean, I know a lot of people working in the Mountain West combined getting 5. There's no way in hell that Oregon State and Washington State are worth $12 million a year each, or another power conference would have snatched them up already. Excuse me. Which basically means 10 million, maybe 12. Now, one thing, I get it. You have passionate ACC fans. I get it. Wanting their conference to thrive, but there comes a point in time when you also have to be a little bit realistic, because are you really going to be able to convince schools to leave the Big 12 to come to the ACC? And that's the question I asked on this. We can get them here. Fine. Tell me how. How do you get, there's some ACC fans on here, some have commented, how do you get Big 12 schools to leave the Big 12 and come to the ACC? How? Tell me how. I'm not asking you to write the whole conference. Give me one school, one example, one. I want to see them. I want to see how that works out for me, how that's done, because I don't see it. Maybe I'm not seeing it with the right lenses on. I don't know. But I don't see any way that a Big 12 school would want to leave to join the ACC. I don't see any way an SEC school would leave. I don't see any way a Big 10 school would leave. There is a way I can see Oregon State and Washington State going to the ACC, and that's if the ACC lost more than 3 teams and they needed to fill the holes immediately. So that could be done. But as for the rest of it, I don't think so. I'm just trying to think of the scenarios. Like, I mean, I had someone, I gotta find the email that someone sent me of the full Pac-12 plan on how they plan on getting all the teams in from the pick and choose between the best from the American, the Mountain West, and the Sun Belt to create a new conference. Okay. But as for the ACC, are you ACC fans out there? I've heard the stories of the fact everybody in the Big 12 is a candidate to go except for BYU for some reason. The Pac-12 passed on BYU for religious reasons, and they have a humongous fan base. It seems rather foolish to exclude them. I know the Big 12 is very happy that they're part of the conference now. But as for all the other matters in this, I'm just trying to understand the logic as to why that would happen. And I've been racking my brain for quite a few days thinking about this as to what would make a school want to do this? What would make a school want to leave the Big 12 to go to the ACC? And the ACC, for one thing or another, has to do one thing. This thing with Florida State, the grant of rights, like I said before, and I'll say it again, I want this to go all the way to the Supreme Court. I want this to go all the way up and get a final decision, so that way, guess what? Here's a grant of rights, here's what it does, cut and dry, no more, I'm going to court, I'm challenging, we're getting out is, well, we're stuck, or we're getting out next year. One way or the other. Just get some definitiveness to this, because this sitting around and waiting is getting annoying, at least for me it is. So why don't you let me know what your thoughts about all this are in the comments. So thanks everybody for watching. Like I said, ACC fans that I have there, schools, Florida State ones and some other ones here. possible, like some of your fans have been telling me, that the ACC could lure Big 12 teams into the ACC? Tell me how that happens. Big 12 schools. Do you think any Big 12 school would even think about going? And one little thing I need to, I've said this before, and apparently some people have missed this in videos. When has gotten Florida State so bent out of shape? They said the college football playoff thing was the last straw. Yeah, it was the last straw. Why they want to leave the ACC. But I've said this before, and apparently I'm going to say it again. It was the money. It's not the fact that Florida is making more money than Florida State. Florida's in the SEC. They're going to make more money. But the fact that UCF, a former group of 5, who's in the Big 12, now makes more money than Florida State, than Clemson, than North Carolina, than anybody else in the ACC. That is what really got them pissed off. I had to get that out. But like I said, everybody, thanks everybody for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this. Like the video, smash the like button, hit the thumbs up, comment on the video, share the video. All of that helps this channel grow. I would greatly appreciate it. Check out some of the other videos I've done if you haven't done already. And if you're not a subscriber, consider it. And please subscribe to the channel, because I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers. We can start making some magic happen, slowly but surely, on the pace up, onward and upward, baby steps. Anybody's asking where I'm at. I'm about 15 miles north of Dayton, Ohio. We'll be stopping in Shepherdsville, Kentucky. I don't know if I'll be able to deliver there tonight or not. We get there about 5:30 p.m., but they close at 4. The night guy's there till 7, so I might be able to. So I'm just supposed to drop this trailer and then leave. So we'll see what happens. Clear and cold. Last night, up in Bowling Green, Ohio, the lowest, according to the thermostat on this truck, the outside air temperature was -2 with a wind chill of -18. I didn't know. I was warm here in the truck, so that was fine. Like I said, like the video, comment the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate all of that. Thanks everybody for watching the video. Cops are out here patrolling too, looking for speeders, but they're a little more anywhere the ground doesn't have as much ice. They're checking for speeders. There's a lot of ice on the road. They're not anywhere near it. So do with that what you will. So thanks everybody for watching. Be safe out there on these roads. This damn speed bump, these bumps on the road, and please be good to each other.